Yeah, as far as the fight camp, it was really intense this time. Kimmy came to me and said, with this big opportunity, John Halverson, he's got a big name, and he's been in the UFC, and he's fought a lot of guys, a lot more experience than I had, and so right there, that made me just want it all the more, and so just trained harder than ever for this fight. Pushing myself harder than ever, coming to practice, and then doing my own thing, trail running, rock climbing, whatever I could to get in shape. And I pushed it really hard. I wanted this fight more than any other fight, and I think it showed on Saturday. Working with all these guys, Mike Pyle, Jay Huron, John Alessio, Gray Maynard, Sam Stout, Tyson Griffin, on and on and on and on. I mean, it's just, I feel so privileged to be here. To me, this is the best fight gym in the world. I mean, these guys, not just fighters, but the type of people they are, it's just like a family. These guys make you feel so welcome, so comfortable, and, they really bring you in, and when they see that you're a hard worker, you're determined, and you want to succeed, they admire that, and they take care of you, they got your back, and they'll help you get ready for a fight, and if you're serious, they're serious for you. So it's really cool, man. It's been a really good training camp. Came into the fight, no injuries, felt just on top of my game, just great, and it all paid off. So it was good. Yeah. Fight went great, talking with Mike Whitehead, my roommate, also one of my corners, he said go out there and don't show this guy any respect, come out there and, yeah, he's been here, he's fought this person and this person, but, don't have respect for him. And, I do have the respect for him in that he's been around, and as a competitor, he's a good sportsman, and I have all the respect in the world, but when it's fight time, you got to come to bring it, and I didn't have the respect. I just went out there and I just did what I wanted to do. I imposed my will, and I thought I dictated the pace of the fight, and I came out there and I used my reach, and right off the bat I could tell that I had a distinct reach advantage, and I used that to my, to my best, and it worked out really well. I feel like striking-wise, he caught me with a couple good shots, but overall I thought I was picking him apart. I thought I did really well, utilizing, punches and kicks. And it went well. The fight didn't go out of the first round, so all the action was in the first round. But he caught me with a good shot, put me down. Then he rushed in. I tried to kind of wrap him up, but he slapped on a tight guillotine, and it was in. I was either going to sleep or I was getting out of it. Those were the two options. I don't tap to that stuff. There's no way I won't do it, And so ended up prying his hand free and ended up getting out of it. I think he went for something else, an arm bar or something like that, and shook that off and just started wailing away. Just started pounding him out, got a couple elbows, some punches in there, and I could tell that the ref was probably going to jump in and stop it soon. He was kind of defending himself, but not really, and I could feel I was landing the punches flush, and I just had to keep going, had to keep the pressure on him, and worked out well. So got the win. Yeah. Oh man, I was so happy. When I saw her come in, stop that fight, I just got up, and I was on top of the world. I had, a lot of fans there, a lot of the guys from the gym, like everybody there supporting me, my family and everything back home. And I just felt like it came together so well. Just everything came together, and I just felt like it was my night, and taking nothing away from John. He came to compete and everything. It was my night, things really worked out for me really well, and all my hard work, all my determination paid off. And man, when I got up and I I can't explain it. I just was so happy, you know. It was great, you know. And then to look back in my corner and see how happy those guys are for me, and how supportive they were, and everything. It's unreal, man. Just that feeling, you know. And it's so crazy, you know, with the fighting. The win, it's just one of the best feelings in the world, you know. It's such a high. It's so great. But yeah, I'm just glad I did well. Glad I pleased everybody, you know. Like, I had some sponsors this time. I'm glad I got to show them, you know, what they were investing in. And I'm glad I got to show these guys, you know, what I can do when it comes down to fight time. Because a lot of these guys in the gym, they haven't seen me fight, you know. They just see me in the training room, and I'm glad I could go out there and show them that I can do in the fight what I can do in the training room. So that was a good honor. So, yeah. Yeah, this is probably my biggest opportunity as far as an opponent. This is the biggest name I fought. And for me, I loved it. Like, I mean, some people, they get nervous if they fight somebody that's a lot better. I don't at all. I enjoy it. I think I was more anxious than anything just to get in there and get going, you know. But for me, I love that. I love coming into the fight and people are like, well, who's this guy? You know, wow, 2-2, you know, what's he going to do? You know, and I like being that person. I like being that underdog. I like coming in. That drives me. Oh man, yeah, I worked with my roommate Mike Whitehead, and I worked with Ron Frazier and Mark Beecher a little bit, and we all came up with some game plans. We thought he was going to shoot in. I thought he was going to come in and shoot in, try and take me to the ground right away, and you know, that didn't happen. So we went over a lot of wrestling defense and footwork to try and match his shots, and also he was a southpaw, so that kind of presented another, you know, deal in it. So we were preparing for that, but you know, he wanted to stand, and so that's what we did. But you know, we came up with some game plans too for if he wanted to stand. And you know, with those guys, when I was in the ring, everything that they said I could hear. I couldn't hear anybody else, but I could hear just them, their voices, and whatever they said I did, you know. And really with the game plan, we followed it to the T, and it worked out fine. You know, I got caught there and I got in a little trouble, but we knew that he was going to go for a guillotine if it went to the ground, because he does that a lot. I mean, he watches other fights. He just jumps for that guillotine. So I wasn't surprised that he did that. You know, I kind of knew that was going to be something he was going to do. Worked out of it and just went from there. But standing up wise, our game plan a little bit was to not kick, and I can't follow that game plan, man. I love the kick, so I just went out there, and he was too far away that I thought to shoot, so I just threw some kicks. But you know, I was, you know, settling. I wasn't as light on my feet, I guess I should say, because I thought he was going to shoot in. I was a little more grounded and throwing punches and getting my base underneath me in case he did shoot. But that's all right. I mean, it still worked out great, and got the win. You know, Kim was great. This whole card was wonderful. I really just appreciate the opportunity to do this. I mean, she came to me with this whole deal, and I jumped right on it. I'm really honored that, you know, I got to fight on the same card as some of these guys. You know, I mean, these guys have fought all over the place. You know, you got Mike Pyle, you got Jay Huron, John Alessio. I mean, these guys are the who's who of MMA, and just to be able to fight alongside them, you know, is such an honor, And I'm glad that Kim could do that for me and give me such a big fight and a good opportunity for me to go out there and show people what I can do. Really thankful to her for that, and thankful to Randy, and just thankful to everybody at the gym for being so nice and welcoming, and it's just like a family, you know. So it's just great. I love it.